Yo, what's good out there, world? Welcome to this edition of tradeMarc's Watcha Cookin for this March the 4th, 2021. And this evening, I'm going to be making a homemade chicken flavored style Roman noodles. Now, usually I know everybody use the packs that's in the noodles, but we want to do away with the pack and make our own flavor for the noodles. And here are the ingredients. Okay, for this homemade chicken flavored Roman noodles, we're going to be using some Better Than Bouillon chicken flavored base. We're going to use some soy sauce, vinegar. I got some vegetable seasoning, some onion powder, garlic powder, some hot sauce, ketchup, some cooking oil. I got 2 eggs. Right here, I cut up like 1/4 of an onion, and I also used some scallions. And here are the tips. I'm going to use this at the end. I'm going to use 2 packs of noodles, but like I said, we're not going to be using the packets in there. We're going to make our own flavor. And I have some sliced thin chicken breast. This is like a pound. So let's get to it. So the first thing that I'm going to do, I'm going to wrench these thin sliced chicken breast strips off. Okay, after I thoroughly rinse my poultry off, I'm going to set it over here on some paper towel so it can absorb all the excess water. And I'm going to throw a paper towel over there and just pat everything dry. After patting my meat dry, I'm going to take a little olive oil and just drizzle a little over the chicken. And I'm going to rub it in. Make sure it gets on both sides. And it don't have to be that much. You know what I mean? This oil I poured on this chicken, I just, you know what I mean, put it over here. And as always, trademark hands are clean and this kitchen is clean. So I'm going to throw a little season. The only season I'm going to put on here is some salt-free vegetable season. That's all I'm going to put. I'm going to put a slight coat on each side. Flip these over. Now I'm going to let this sit here for a while and marinate. Now let's get to the next step. And always after I clean poultry in my sink, I spray it down with bleach. Now I know this doesn't say bleach, but you know what I mean, I just say the bottle and I just put some bleach and water in here. Now this is my bleach spray bottle. And also I like to use a little of this Dawn Power Clean. I really love this. But like I said, the whole purpose of this is just cleaning your sink out real good after the poultry, because you know poultry have so much, like what's it called, salmonella and all them different kind of poisons on there. So we good right here. So as you can see right here in the back, I got 2 eggs boiling and I have 2 cups of boiling water here, and I'm actually going to turn this off. And now it's time to add the Better Than Bouillon chicken garlic flavored base, and we're going to use 2 teaspoons. And the water got to be hot so it can dissolve properly in here. That's 1, and this is 2. So I'm just going to stir this until it's ready and everything is dissolved. It smells great. Okay, so now I got my cast iron skillet pan. I got it on medium high. I'm going to add some olive oil. I'm going to give that like a minute to heat up. Okay, our pan is hot. I'm gonna get ready to lay the chicken breast in. And like I said, this is a thin cut. It's not going to take long at all. I'm going to cover it and I'm going to let it cook like 2 to 3 minutes on each side. But if it need longer, I'll, let it cook longer. Okay, it's been over a little over 2 minutes. And let's see how they look. Okay. And I'm going to let them cook 2 to 3 minutes on this side. Okay, I done turned the flame off. I think they're done. I'm going to give them that last flip. I'm going to throw a little parsley flakes on top of that. And just want to eyeball this. And right here, I'm getting ready to just caramelize I have some onions, some scallops, and I also added some, some celery. So let's get this out the pan. I'm going to put it on some napkins so it can soak up that excess oil before I cut them into little bits. Okay, now I done added 3 tablespoons of unsalted butter to my pan. And now I'm going to get ready to break my noodles up while they're still in the pack. And remember, we're not using the seasoning pack, so we can get that right on up out here. Let me bang this a little bit. You want to do the same for the other one. And remember, we are not using the seasoning packs. Let me throw this in the trash. So, let me turn this flame up a little bit. Get this butter going. I fucked the eggs up. I thought they was done and they wasn't, so I had to put some more on there. Well, just one. So while I'm waiting for this to heat up, I'll be right back. I think the grease is hot enough. I'm going to add these in. Let's clean our mess up. So we just gonna stir these around. Remember back in the day when you used to make rice-a-roni and you had to put the butter in there and stir it around till it got a little brown? That's what we're gonna do to these noodles. And normally this process is only like 2 minutes, but I constantly stir the entire 2 minutes. And then once they start getting a little brown, you're gonna see what I'm gonna do next. Alright, so now it's nice and brown. And remember though, that 2 cups of broth. Now we're ready to add the broth in. So I think I probably added about 1.5 cups, probably 1 2/3 cups. I added. So now I'm going to let this come to a simmer before I turn it down. Alright, so we got a nice simmer going on. Let me give this a quick stir. My noodles are starting to get tender and get cooked. So let's add our seasoning. So I'm going to add some garlic. I'm just going to add like maybe, this was like 1/4 of a teaspoon. I'm going to add a little onion powder. Again, about 1/4 of a teaspoon. And I'm going to also add some vegetable seasoning by McCormick salt free. This is really good. And it's really, you season it to your taste. But that's what I'm going to start off with. Now I'm going to add my sauteed onions, scallions, and lettuce. I said lettuce. And celery. Give that a quick stir. I'm going to add 2 capfuls of, that was a big capful, so I'm going to just use that, of vinegar. Again, give it a stir. I'm going to add like 2 splashes of soy sauce. Again, give it a little stir. I'm going to add a little Texas Pete original hot sauce. A couple dabs. Once again, give it a stir. Now I'm going to add my grilled chicken breast. Now, I'm not going to use all of it. What I don't use, I'll probably make some chicken salad with it. Give it a stir. And I'm going to actually add a little more of this chicken base. I'll probably wind up adding most of it. Let me see. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and add all of it. And just let it boil down a little bit. So now what I'm getting ready to do is put it up a little bit on a medium high and let this cook probably just for a minute or two. And I'll be right back. So here's the end result. Here's tradeMarc's homemade chicken-based oodles of noodles. Again, I did not use the flavoring package in the noodles. I made my own noodles. And of course, to wash everything down in the back, I have some strawberry Kool-Aid and I have some ice in it. If you haven't already done so, please subscribe to my page, like my page, you share it. I really appreciate it. And remember, all food was cooked in a clean kitchen with clean hands, and all food was purchased with government food stamps. I finished just in enough time. Now I'm getting ready to watch RuPaul's Drag Race UK. I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace.